Good morning, everyone. My name is Megan Fenton, and I'm your worship associate this morning. Please rise in body or spirit and join us in singing hymn number 1, May Nothing Evil Cross This Door, in your gray hymnal.
Good morning. My name's Susie Dugas. I am the Secretary of the Board of Trustees. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of the Hudson Valley. Whether you've been with this congregation a decade or more, or this is your first time visiting, we welcome you. Whatever the faith and traditions of your past, we welcome you. Whatever your theological stance, we welcome you. Whoever you are and whomever you love, we welcome you. Whatever your heritage, we welcome you. We respectfully acknowledge the territory on which our church building sits as the ancestral homelands of the Munsee, Lenape, and Wampanoag people. So I have 3 announcements. Let's see. Next Saturday, November 15th, we'll be having our autumn cleanup. And I think it's in your order of service, too. It's our annual makeover where we all pitch in, both indoors and out, to beautify and maintain our space. There's something for every age and every ability, and there are dozens of tasks, great and small. You can work on a team or individually. You can come for an hour or the whole morning. See your pink insert to find the right task for you and sign up on the bulletin board just outside the kitchen. And of course, there will be snacks, so mark your calendar for a fun and satisfying morning of community connection and show a little love for this place we call home. Also, next Saturday, starting at 1, right after the autumn cleanup, we'll be having our second forum led by Reverend Daniel. This is an alternative worship service with music, meditation, and dialogue. There will be a conversation between Reverend Daniel and Tyrone Davis, Jr. Childcare will be provided. I've got one more. Let's see. If you're interested in sharing how the place where you were born has impacted your life, grab a cup of coffee and look for the table with a table sign in Fellowship Hall. Okay, let's see. For the most up-to-date information on these topics and others, please refer to our weekly e-newsletter and check our website frequently. And please join us for conversation after the service. If you're present in the sanctuary, please join us for coffee and conversation in Fellowship Hall. If you're watching live stream, the link for our Zoom coffee hour can be found in the Saturday reminder in your email. If you're just recently joining us and would like to receive our weekly e-news, please email us at uucroton@gmail.com with your name, and we will make sure you're added to our e-news list. Also, please remember to silence your phone at this time. Again, we welcome you to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of the Hudson Valley.
Today we welcome back a familiar face to many of you. Our guest preacher this Sunday will be Benjamin Van Dyne. Benjamin works as a union organizer for the Faculty Union of Connecticut State University. He studied theology and social ethics at Union Theological Seminary and Fordham University, where his work focused on the interconnectedness between evolving concepts of race, personhood, and death. He also taught undergraduate classes in religion and theology and served on the coordinating committee for the Labor Union of Fordham's graduate workers. Prior to studying theology, Benjamin worked as a community organizer in Indiana, Kentucky, Virginia, New York City, and Long Island. He grew up in the Unitarian Universalist Church of Arlington, Virginia, and serves as a frequent guest preacher at congregations of many denominations. He lives in the Bronx with his 2 children. Please welcome Benjamin.
Good morning, everybody. Nice to see you again. Our words of invocation are adapted this morning from Israel Zangvil. Come into the circle of love and justice. Come into the community of mercy, holiness, and health. Come and you shall know peace and joy. Now I'd like to invite the children to come forward, or the childish, if that's you, to come forward to ring the bell. Is Jane leading? What's that? You're doing it. Okay. It's you. Okay. And when you're done, you can either go back to your seat or you can just stick around up here front because we're going right on to some stuff soon. So, all right. Should we 8 times, right? Should we count? All right. Everybody gets half a ring. We're going to bring it at least 8 times. At least 8 times. It's okay, I'll shorten the sermon. Do we do it? We're calling it? All right. All right, don't get too settled. You're coming right back up in a minute. Come on. Come on.
Today's chalice lighting comes from Nelson Mandela. I have walked that long road to freedom. I have tried not to falter. I have made missteps along the way, but I have discovered the secret that after climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. I have taken a moment here to rest, to steal a view of the glorious vista that surrounds me, to look back on the distance I have come. But I can rest only for a moment, for with freedom come responsibilities, and I dare not linger, for my long walk has not yet ended. Now please join me in our unison affirmation. The words are in your order of service. Inspired by love, our mission is to seek our true nature, connect deeply and openly, and act for justice.
Okay, I hope you didn't get too settled because the children and the childish are invited once again back up here to the front. Mature children and childish adults. can stay right there if you want. We can do the whole, I think we might need the whole front row anyway. Looks like we've got a big crowd. Big crowd. Okay, Violet, you got a good spot? Got a good spot? Okay. We got a spot right here. Books don't need a chair. Books don't need a chair. Okay. So I have a question for you all, which is, when is the last time you succeeded at something that felt really, really big? Yeah, what? Oh, you're raising her hand for her? Well, now you're on the spot. When was the last time you succeeded at something really big? You want to keep thinking? Oh, I missed you over here, yeah.
Yesterday,
Okay, what was it?
I finished 2 things in my Lego army.
2 things in your Lego army base. Okay, how about you? You don't know. Great answer. Okay, you beat a really hard paddle in a video game? Yeah.
On Thursday, I finished my reading response.
You
I got a big weight.
Yeah, you finished your reading file and a huge weight lifted on you. Yeah, so all kinds of feelings, like a weight being lifted. I'm seeing Simon happens to be, rather than paying attention to his father, reading a book, I'm going to borrow this for just a quick second, of Guinness World Records, which actually, though we did not plan this, is all about people who succeeded at big things. Yeah. You don't know. More I don't know. Oh, there's the book. Yeah, Oscar. More I don't knows. All right, do we have one more I don't know? Lots of I don't knows. So we've got some accomplishments. We've got some people that can't even remember the last time you accomplished something big. You also don't know. Well, I'm glad some of you can remember. What are some of the feelings you had? You felt like a weight was lifted off your shoulders. What were some of the other feelings you had for those of you that did know? Yeah.
Feeling as if finally I could get something that I've been wanting to get done for like, I don't know, years.
Yeah.
It's as if like you want to clean your room, but you can't.
Relatable. Other feelings. Yeah, how did you feel? All the annoyance went off your shoulders? Yeah. Yeah. When you Okay. So here's my next question. How did you celebrate accomplishing something? Yeah.
By twirling a little pole for a while.
Twirling a little pole for a while. Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know. How did you celebrate?
I'd probably say yay and just like motion, like twirl it all around,
Okay.
and then just go ahead.
So doing things with your body is a great way to celebrate, like twirling something, or that's actually the same as mine. My favorite way to celebrate is with dancing. So here's what I thought we could do. Because in a few minutes, we're going to sing a song while you guys walk out of here. And I think it would be good to come up with some celebration dance moves for your way out. This is optional. For those of you that are screaming, no! But if you want to try out a dance move, and if at least half of you come up with a dance move, I will do a dance move. But only if at least half of you come up with a dance move. All right, we want to start at one end, and you can each show us your dance move. You want to start over here? Huh? All right, go for it. See, we're getting the hip right. That's the thing. The hip. People think about the hands. They don't think about the hip. That's great. All right. Anyone else want to try a dance move? You're doing like a little leg kick, which I like. Violet has a good leg kick thing going on. The leg kick is perfect. Amazing. You want to try one? Anyone over here want to try one?
Gary does.
All right, hold on. We're going to go down the row. Oscar, you ready? Show us your dance move. This one? Okay. Oh, it's like a little bit chicken-like. Okay, great. I will be responsible for my own dance move, daughter of mine. Okay. Oh, now we're really getting the chicken. That's great. Okay, how about over here? No? Oh, good. A little spinny march thing. Simon, you want to do a dance move? Simon's reading. All right, Sebastian. Show us the banana. Okay, great. So here's the thing. We're just about at 50%, so it's all coming down to these last 4 people, whether I'm going to do a dance move. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's a good one. That might have been mine if you hadn't. No? All right. We got to have at least one more dance move. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. I'll do mine while we sing you guys out. And you can do yours as you walk out. Ready? Right. You guys start walking. And please. I'm coming back.
We come together in community to share with one another, to support one another, and to celebrate with one another. We bear sacred witness to each other in this honored ritual. As we begin, we know that there are both great sorrows and great joys in our world that must be acknowledged as well. We light our first candle to honor those in pain, victims of violence and war and oppression all around our world. We light a second candle because we understand that amidst all of that pain, there is also celebration and joy in our world. We honor that joy and sorrow are woven together. For some of us here today, this has been a week of life-changing joy that needs to be lifted up in worship. For others, this has been a time of deep pain and sorrow that needs to be shared to make the burden lighter. If this has been such a time for you, I invite you to come forward to light a candle and to briefly tell us your joy or sorrow. You may also raise your hand in silent acknowledgement of your joys and sorrows, and we will light a candle for you. Please remember that your joys and sorrows are being shared on the live stream and with the broader virtual community.
A joy last night was the screening and Q&A and reception for the arrivals. We had 72 people come, lots from a big community, and too many people to thank, but everyone who helped out, thank you so much. It was great.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Pam Kulberzika, and this morning, before I went to work, I went to Jordan's Island Park, and I have an event today at the Hudson Valley Books for Humanity from 2 to 5 o'clock. I'm one of the 7 artists that are there, and when I went to Jordan's Island Park, I saw a bald eagle in a tree, and then when I went to the other side of the park, it was still there. And a friend of mine who passed away in 2022, her name was Trish, we celebrated at Jordan's Island Park a lot, and every time I see a bald eagle, I think of Trish and how she's with me.
And some of you may know that about 20 years ago, I had a stroke and lost sight in my right eye. This August, I had another stroke. Although I have not lost sight in my eye, I've lost the ability to be able to drive. So it's like having your arms removed. I'm struggling. Kindly, the Stillmans today drove me here. And there's a go-go grandparent, Uber and Lyft organization, so I've signed up. But it's like stunning. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you. Thank you.
My name is Pilar, and it's only my second time here. And I wanted it to be more, but in the spring, I got norovirus and it paralyzed my stomach. And so I was completely, so take your vitamins and wear your masks, but I was completely incapacitated for 6 months, and now I'm finally able to be here again and be back at my internship. And I'm very happy, and I'm also very happy with the recent mayoral election in New York City. So I feel like that might be a group joy. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Ginny Stillman. I want to thank Tina for organizing and publicizing the Arrivals event last night. It was a wonderful, stirring, and moving panel discussion afterwards about what we can do to help our immigrant neighbors. So I just want to let you know that I will have a little table during coffee hour for anyone who's interested in signing a petition that will go to our New York State leaders. It's a petition by the New York State ACLU that wants us to put pressure on our state leaders to consider passing the New York For All Act, which would help protect our immigrant community. Thank you. See me at a little table and coffee.
Hi, my name is Sherry. This is a joy. My daughter, who lives in Oakland, California for over 10 years, signed papers yesterday to buy her first home. So very excited for her. She doesn't have the keys yet. She has to wait till Monday for that.
Hi, my name is Anne Marie, and this is really exciting for me. I am planning a trip with my daughter to Italy. We're going to do a tour of 4 places. And it's interesting because the last time I was in Europe, I was 5 months pregnant with my son, my first child, and I was with my husband. He was actually there for work reasons. And when I was there with him, we were in Edinburgh, and he said to me, well, you better enjoy this because you don't know when we're going to get to go away again. And I haven't. This is the first time. It's so funny, but yeah, I love him. He's passed away 10 years ago. And I'm very happy. Thank you. I'm going in January.
We light one final candle for all those joys and sorrows that remain unexpressed, and for those outside our walls who are still searching for a place to bring the wholeness of their lives and be received with love.
I invite you now to join me in a spirit of prayer and meditation. Feel free to settle a little bit more comfortably into your seat. Not so comfortably that you start to drift away, but comfortably enough. Relax. Close your eyes if you'd like. Take a breath. Keep breathing. Breathe in and out as we listen to these words of William Henry Channing, followed by a few moments of silence. To live content with small means, to seek elegance rather than luxury, to be worthy, not respectable, and wealthy, not rich. To study hard, think quietly, talk gently, act frankly. To listen to stars and birds, to babes and sages with an open heart. To bear all cheerfully, do all bravely, hurry never. To let the spiritual, unbidden and unconscious, grow up through the common. This is to be my symphony.
This morning we are not going to have a reading, but we would like you to rise in body or spirit and join us in singing in our second hymn, number 126, in the gray hymnal, Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing.
Never cease.
Well, good morning again. It's good to see so many familiar faces and so many new ones. We say sometimes at the start of services that no matter how you enter the space, no matter where you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. And that is, I hope and think, really true. But I admit to preparing my sermons with the bad possibilities in mind. There are people in any given congregation with cancer or divorces or recent deaths who bear the weight of the world in some way, in the world immediately around them or further flung but felt close to the heart. And any good preacher, I think, thinks of those people at least a little bit when they are thinking of what to say. And when bad things happen, we need to deal with them. Sometimes we deal well and sometimes we deal badly, but when they happen, it's a circumstance we need to confront with a strategy or a plan, or at a minimum, some comfort. There needs to be some way to deal with the emotional reality of things being wrong, if only so that then you can be ready to actually tackle things. Which is maybe why bad things take up so much of our attention. But some of you have good news. Some real successes and accomplishments. And that's what I want to think about today. Simon hears enough from me in the rest of his life. I want to think about those successes and accomplishments, not for superficial comfort or just to make us feel better, because sometimes the good things can require a strategy too. And in particular, the good things that we can claim some credit for, the real personal successes, things that should be a source of pride. So you did it. You hit the goal. You climbed the mountain, you crossed the finish line that you've been chasing for months or maybe years. And now you feel weird. Not bad exactly, just maybe flat or tired, or how non-magical it feels to finally arrive. That feeling, the quiet emotional letdown after a big accomplishment, is more common than we tend to admit. Pilar mentioned the mayoral race. Of those 1-point-something million votes that Zoran Mamdani won, I personally canvassed about 230 of those doors. So I felt pretty good, but after feeling pretty good, like 30 seconds later, I didn't feel anything at all. That feeling, that emotional letdown, actually has a name. Post-achievement depression. Which, the fact that we need a name for that is itself pretty depressing. A sense of purposeless, this is the definition, a sense of purposelessness or sadness after completing a long-standing goal. It can bring on tiredness, restlessness, frustration, self-doubt, a sort of existential fog, which may not be what we expect to feel after we make it. We may feel like the only ones who have ever felt it. And it shows up in all kinds of places. Graduates who walk across the stage and wake up the next morning wondering, now what? New parents who finally bring the baby home, then sit on the couch and cry, not just from joy. artists who finish the book or the show or the album and feel more lost than triumphant. We don't talk about it much, I think, because success is supposed to feel good. Not just good, clean and euphoric and redeeming. Like it validates the grind and erases all the self-doubt we carried on the way up. But the summit can be lonely, or anticlimactic, or exhausting in a way you didn't expect. You get there, but instead of feeling triumphant, you realize your body still thinks it's climbing. Your nervous system hasn't caught up to the view. And maybe it's not just about the feeling that you have. After all, there is a real world out there, and maybe the actual reality is not transformed in the way you thought this good news would transform it. Your candidate winning didn't fix everything you expected. Or the big move, or the new job, or the relationship change didn't accomplish all that you expected it would. You experienced the euphoria of an Easter Sunday, and you see your Savior, and then Monday is still a Monday. We're taught to romanticize the success and the win and the good news. But real life just rolls into the next morning with the same inbox, the same dishes, the same bedroom that needs to be cleaned. Still carrying the weight of what it took to get there. Many Olympians describe a kind of emotional hangover after years of striving toward a singular goal. When they get there, the adrenaline fades, but the emotions don't know where to go. The drive disappears, and without it, the question looms, who am I now that I have done this thing? It's anyone who has poured themselves into something all-consuming. It may not surprise you to learn I was a theater kid in high school. And since we had no organized sports, we specialized at H.B. Woodlawn High School in the performing arts and put on 14 or 15 different shows a year. I became the set-building guy for most of them. And so my life in high school had this rhythm of intense work followed by the high of opening night, followed by intense letdown. And I have a memory of wandering aimlessly through this one particular stairwell. I remember it clearly. It was the stairwell where the madrigal choir practiced because the acoustics were so good. And I remember walking around at the top, at the landing, one direction toward the door and the other direction toward those blocks of glass that they used to put in buildings in the 1960s. And I wandered this one time in that particular stairwell, grasping toward a term for what I was feeling. What I came up with was post-show depression, which it turns out is not too far off. You pour yourself in, and then, poof, it's over. You might just feel foggy. And we haven't been taught how to sit with the quiet, uneasy space of success. And it really is a sort of emptiness. Physiologically speaking, it's an emptiness of adrenaline, of a chemical. And without it, your system crashes. But some of the reasons are about losing the direction that a goal provides, or the identity of being the person striving toward that goal. Without that structure, things can feel scary. Sometimes it's about catching up to realities that the goal made it possible to ignore. The grief that might not arrive until the applause fades. Or the reality that after this success comes only more work. So what do we do with that emotional crash? The key, I think, is to not rush too quickly past the letdown or to pile on another goal. Instead, we can let ourselves rest, not as some sort of reward, but just because rest can be good. We can resist the urge to define the next thing or to let it define us. We can find grounding rituals, and we can celebrate gently. Success doesn't always feel like success. That doesn't make it any less real or any less earned. The crash after the climb doesn't mean you didn't really reach the top of the mountain. It just means your body and your heart are trying to catch up. And that joy, like everything else, can take a minute to arrive. And that maybe is where the letdown after success can offer us not just some irony, but some wisdom. Joy, like anything else, sometimes takes a minute to arrive. It's not that we have to internalize the infinite growth that we are sometimes promised. It's not that we have to move constantly on to the next thing with some final stage ever out of reach. It's that sometimes joy, like anything else, takes a minute to arrive. So if the way you arrive here today, or any other day, is with some accomplishment and not with failure, not with grief, but with news that should be happy, if you arrive with joy in your heart or with joy delayed, know that that is welcome here too. There is nothing that can happen, nothing bad or good, that should make this a place of anything other than welcome. And that is good news. Something that if you all can realize its promise, would be the greatest success of all. May it be so. Amen. Friends, please rise in body and in spirit for our hymn number 131, number 131 in your gray hymnal, Love Will Guide Us.
Each week, we make an offering from the bounty we are blessed to enjoy. We do this in the spirit of love and generosity, aware that those that have gone before in their turn gave generously. Our offering goes to support the work of love and justice undertaken by this community. Today's offering will also be shared with the Holiday Gift Giving Program for the residents of Hope Store and Jan's Peak Homeless Shelter in Peekskill. You can make your donation in several ways. If present in the sanctuary, you may give cash or check in the offering plate as it comes by. From your homes, you can make your donation via credit card or PayPal using the links provided in the e-newsletter or by visiting our website, uuchudsonvalley.org. Or if you prefer, you may always mail us a check. The offering will now be given and gratefully received. Please join me in the dedication of the offering. The words are in your order of service. May these gifts and the work of our hands and hearts give power to all we stand for as a community of faith. Now please join me in extinguishing the chalice. The words are in your order of service. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
If here you have found freedom, take it with you into the world. If you have found comfort, go and share it with others. If you have dreamed dreams, help one another that they may come true. And if you have known love, give some back to a bruised and hurting world. Go in peace.